Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Yeah. Oh my gosh, it feels so good to be back. But before we get into it, I'm not sure if y'all peeped or not, but yeah, got a new background song for you all to listen to as we unfold and dig a little deeper into ourselves here at MamMaJ's headquarters, located inside your brain as you listen to the airwave frequencies. That was really weird. I don't know. I actually had no idea where I was going with that. Just kind of let my brain take it away. But if you are unfamiliar with this amazing song by this amazing artist who goes by the name of DP, who is a very, very dear friend of mine, and this is her song called Here/If. If you haven't heard it before in full, which I highly recommend, go ahead and hop on whatever platform you like to listen to your music, type in DP, The Unknown, and voila. She actually just recently dropped a project called Safe Travels, and when I tell you I transcended, I mean, I am just so much in awe of this woman, and I was very grateful for her to allow me a little minor part in one of the songs. I'll let you figure out what song. You have to listen to it in order to figure it out. I'll just put it to you that way. But listening to the project start to finish, I kid you not, I cried at the end. Like when it was all said and done, when the music was over, I had a whole moment and I cried, and I had to let my dear friend know just how proud I am of her and how this project really took me on a journey. And I think that if you're in a very reflective state of mind right now, which I feel like I'm seeing a lot of people kind of in this reflective mode as of late, I really think that you should take a trip and join her on this journey and see where it takes you. For me, it just took me to a really great place of gratitude and being able to experience the amazingness that is my friend DP, but also just to see how art, music, writing, whatever it is that you're into, how art really brings us closer together. It really kind of connects these dots where you may feel a little unsure of how you can relate to somebody else. When you kind of break down those barriers and allow your art to speak for you and through you, essentially, it just breaks down barriers and allows you to be in this place with other people that you probably never expected to be in a room with, whether that be mentally or physically. So again, that is my very good friend DP. Go ahead and follow her on her Instagram, which is at DP the Unknown, just straight through. And if you don't know how to spell unknown, I do not know what to tell you, but maybe sound it out. I don't know. So yes, that's my little shameless plug for my friend right there. But I'm just also big thank you to her for allowing me to use her music. I've always wanted to kind of allow MamMaJism to transcend into something that isn't a me thing and rather a we thing. And so I think incorporating music from people that I know, people who I respect and love and see their craft and want to incorporate it in my craft is just kind of like the next step into the many, many steps that I plan on taking with this platform. And so again, big shout out to her. Super, super thank you, because the little background music I had going on prior, it was getting the job done, but I'm very mediocre with this garage band business. So the fact that, I don't know, something about the song just really spoke to me. Like, it's so easy to kind of get lost in feeling like you just are unsure and don't know what's going on. And a lot of my episodes are kind of a testament to that. And so I heard the song and I instantly was like, I need that on my podcast. Stat. And she made it happen. And I love her to death for it. So I hope you enjoy. So to actually get on topic with the episode for today, I know that I have been MIA for a solid like 3 weeks to a month, and really what I want to talk about is the importance of allowing yourself that time to feel whatever it is that you need to feel, which is, again, something that I've talked about countless times on this pod. However, I want to more specifically get into the importance of feeling what you have to feel and then bossing up and just ramming right through that shit. You feel me? And let me explain. So I was having this conversation with my therapist, and I was kind of telling her how this past month has just been a month. Okay, my depression hit really hard. Still a little unsure as to what triggered it, but I just know that, with depression, it's not a linear thing. Like it fluctuates. It's gonna have its ups and downs, its ebbs and its flows. So sometimes when you're low, you may not know exactly why. You just know that you're low, and like you can't feel any lower, and it's hard to kind of see the ceiling because you're just so far down. And so it was just one of those moments for me. And I was already planning the hiatus for this podcast, but when it came time for me to actually show up for this platform that I created, I just couldn't make it happen. I just was sitting in this pit of sadness that I was unsure where it came from. I just knew that I couldn't bother with anything else but to feel how I was feeling. Now, I say this to say that I almost let depression win, and I just mean not in the sense that I was feeling like I was gonna do something that would permanently jeopardize whatever I have going on with me. I just mean I almost allowed my depression to continue to be an excuse for me to sit and wallow and be sad and just binge watch whatever shows and kind of be like, well, this is my reason for doing it. I have valid reasons as to why I'm not doing the things that I told myself I was going to do in order to excel, and let that just be it. I didn't want that to be me, but I was almost allowing that to kind of come into fruition. And so I really had to kind of sit there, talk with my therapist about it, and I really had to come to terms with the fact that right now it's a little easier for me to do that because we are in a pandemic and I'm furloughed from my job. So it's very easy for me to say no to activities and tasks that I personally, put upon myself. So it's easy to be like, no, I can record an episode tomorrow. Like, it's not like I'm being forced to create content for you all. It's something that I chose to do. It's something that I want to do. But if it really came down to it, I could be like, yeah, I'll do it another day. And I really have to make sure I get out of that mindset sooner than later, because eventually the world will open back up again. Life moves on. Jobs are already currently trying to, set up shop again and act as if all of this is just some lucid dream or something. And so I won't be able to, and plus the other things that I have planned for myself in the future, which I don't really want to disclose in this moment, it's going to be things that are time consuming and things that I won't be able to use depression as a crutch for. And so I'm seeing that now is the perfect time to practice working through my, I don't even want to say issues, but work through my problem areas so that I can come out on the other side victorious, as opposed to just using it as a crutch and allowing that to help me like fly by life, I guess you can say. And when I was telling my therapist about this, she was agreeing, and she was saying it's almost the same thing as when you are active in a sport, or like, let's say football or something, and then you get injured. Of course, you have to allow your body that time to heal But there's gonna come a point where you have to start going to physical therapy. You have to start working out, like whatever area you hurt yourself in. You have to start working it out so that you can eventually get back on your feet and be able to play that sport again, or maybe not play that sport again, but just be able to kind of get back those functions that you lost while you were injured. Essentially the same concept. And she was 1,000% right, because I was definitely planning on using depression as a crutch, like, oh, I'm sad, and I've been depressed for years, and like this is just how it's been for me, and this is how it's gonna be forever. And it's like, yeah, I don't see depression going anywhere. I think it's always going to be something that's like in my back pocket type of thing, but I refuse to use it as a crutch anymore. There has to come a point after I've allowed myself that time to kind of feel how I feel, boss up and push past it, push through it, because nobody can do that for me but me. So I kind of have to be the one to do it. And so this is me doing that. I'm not where I want to be mentally, but in this moment, this is what you're getting. This is what you're receiving. So I just pray that you are all patient with me and understand where I'm coming from. This is a learning experience for us all. So I really hope you get and understand why I was gone for so long, but I'm back. And even if it means I'm showing up at 70%, just know that I'm trying my best to meet you all at my 100. Some days it's going to be 110, some days it's going to be 22%, but just know that I'm going to show up in the best way that I can in that moment for you all. With that being said, I challenge you to step up to the plate in whatever aspect of your life that you feel is most applicable. If I can do it, so can you. Thank you for listening. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and follow all the socials at MamMaJism. That's MamMaJism. If you decide you want to financially support me, on my account you'll be able to find out how. Thanks in advance. Until we meet again, please be kind to one another. And from the bottom of my heart, I love you. Bye-bye now. I'm feeling so far.